Brown, what's going on, Kev?
Man, everything is good, man. Life is great.
That's good, that's good. So I hear that you're going to be, leaving the A in a short bit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I'm on my way out of here tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, driving up to New York, going to pursue some opportunities.
Okay. I heard you was getting down with, MTV. They said you was the next, Sway / Bellamy / VJ. Tell me a little bit about your endeavors, working in front of the camera.
I love working in front of the camera. I've been doing it for a minute. I did some work for the Tupac and Marshall Core Center back in 05. Here we are in 08, hosted my first show for MTVU in March of this year. It was a great experience, and I just had my second interview with MTV. They told me that they should have some openings in the next 5 months. I also landed a job with Parrish Nation Clothing Company, so I'm going to be moving up to New York to go ahead and really falling back into my real passion, which is hosting and fashion.
It's cool and everything. I know you're doing your thing, you make your moves, but everybody knows. They remember Kev. I'm from Brawley Hall. I'm representing from Brawley Hall. And, I know Kevin Brown from Vallejo, California. You know what I'm saying? That used to hoop for Clark Atlanta. Everybody remembers the dunk. It was bigger. It reminds me of John Starks' dunk in the playoffs. That was like the biggest dunk in MEAC. Well, not MEAC. SIAC history. So tell everybody a little bit about, where you came from before we get into, all of the Hollywood stars.
All right, man, real talk. I'm from Vallejo, California. Vallejo, Crest Side, Cali. Don't forget the Crest. From out there, grew up in foster care my whole life. Turned 18 and said, man, I'm gonna go and make my own life. So I came on out to Clark, Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. And, just been doing big things ever since.
Kind of loves, I know that you're a man of media, but you also, are known for your fashion, trend-setting style, and also for your athleticism. So, tell them about a little bit of those other sides about Kevin Brown that they might not see on the screen.
When it comes to creativity, man, that's when I, turn into K1. Kevin K1 Brown, I do creativity, man. I do fashion. I've been drawing clothes since I was 12 years old. I've been doing fashion. I've been drawing basketball. I've been playing since I was about 12 years old, too. So, I just had to take those talents, man, bring them to college. And, it became a beautiful thing in college. Like you was talking before, I did get that dunk. That was big, hooped for Clark a couple years, enjoyed that, you know what I mean? But
what does it mean to you to be a Clark Atlanta Panther?
Man, to be alumni of Clark Atlanta University, to be totally honest with you, I won't be satisfied with myself until I'm an icon for our school. You know what I mean? So as an alumni, I feel like it's my responsibility to uphold Clark Atlanta University, both the fashion department and School of Business.
Cool. Jesse says that you're his peer, but sometimes he looks at you almost like a mentor. You taught him Photoshop, you taught him all these different tools, you taught him about fashion. He borrows a lot of fashion books and his insights from you. So,
Well, I say to that, you know what I mean? I say me and Jesse, we go back and forth on fashion tips, He put me on the Thomas Pink and a couple other things like that. But yeah, I taught Jess Photoshop, helped him out with some concepts for some of his events and stuff like that. But it's just all love, man. It's like iron sharpening iron, you know what I mean? So, we going to the top together, bruh.
So good. So tell everybody, I know your boy Jesse, you're working on the site, JesseMillsOnline.com, you're helping him build a little bit. So tell me a little bit about, when we going to get something from Kevin on the web? When we going to get a widget, a website, or something, a web presence from Kevin Brown?
Well, I'm offering some insight to JesseMillsOnline.com, and something for me will be coming shortly. You know what I mean? At this time, I'm just offering some consulting to Mr. Mills, and you'll see something from me.
A lot of fashion enthusiasts, a lot of media moguls in New York. What is going to separate you in the Big Apple? How are you going to take your bite out of it?
Man.
What's going to be your market in New York? Because a lot of people know you here in Atlanta, and I'm sure a few know you in New York, but not how they know you in Atlanta or when you go back home to Vallejo. So what are you going to do to leave your mark in NYC? It's a big city.
Man, the NYC, I feel like, I'm my own product differentiation. You know what I mean? My own personal branding. And, just my presence, how I do things, you know what I'm saying? Creativity, quality, and purpose. That's me. So when you take that, match it with my work ethic and my relationships that I build with people and the way that I treat people, you have a winning combination. So that's what's going to set me apart in New York. outside of, you know what I mean, just being connected.
So you're a man that actually has, you know, several passions, you know, with all of these things that keep you busy from a business standpoint and also from, you know, a personal standpoint. What is your motivation? You know, what keeps you going spiritually? What is the driving force behind Kevin Brown and, you know, his endeavors?
Well, I have to say the situation that I grew up in, it definitely has a lot to do with my character. You know, growing up in foster care, it's you're a have-not, so I definitely want to be a person that has. Just a lot of people have invested a lot of time into me, and so I'd be wrong not to invest the same amount of effort into myself, but I also have to lead by example. So I can't tell someone to do one thing and then not do it myself. So, you know, I lead my life by example with no excuses. So I push everything to its limits.
So you mentioned coming up in a foster home, and you said that a lot of times that children that come up in that system feel like have-nots, like they don't have hope. What are you now doing, you know, as an adult to reach back and make sure that, you know, future generations feel like they do have hope and that they do have a chance to make a real change?
Oh man, I give back, man. I was just on Capitol Hill last month, you know, lobbying for changes in foster care with Casey Family Programs, with Foster Care Alumni of America. I helped Senator John Lewis write a bill for children aging out of foster care. You know, I'm constantly advocating on a bigger level. I'm also a mentor. I just give back. I'm always offering advice. I mentor my peers. Sometimes Jesse Mills, you might edit that out, but it is true. You know, offer advice. And I just, you know, I lead by example, man. The main thing is to lead by example. Therefore, you don't have to do all this talking because your actions speak louder than words.
That's good. That's good. So leading by example is definitely something that we all try to do. I know that there were, you know, several individuals in your life that have inspired you. One of which I know, in terms of from a leadership standpoint, is Les Brown. Can you talk to your guests a little bit and tell them a little bit about your relationship with Les Brown and how that's impacted your life?
Okay. Oh, Les Brown, incredible guy. I met Les in 2005. I received an award in his honor. It was called the Les Brown Heart of Dreams and Tenacity Award from For a Child's Heart organization out of Brawley, California. My relationship with Les Brown is a great guy, man. He's taught me a lot. He's actually a positive person. I listen to Les Brown tapes, and my relationship with him is kind of like a father-son thing, you know, where I call him, I ask him for advice, he gives me advice, you know, and I'm there for him like a right hand whenever I can and however I can.
Okay.
So words of Les Brown that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. That's a big quote by Les Brown that I always think about, you know, because sometimes you face challenges and things like that, and you say, well, man, I don't have this, I don't have that. When you go ahead and do it,
so talk about personal branding.
Personal branding is very important. How you do anything is how you do everything. So, I mean, that's all the way from when you wake up in the morning, you know what I mean, to treating, really relationships, you know what I mean. I think that relationships are really a big part of personal branding, but I mean image as well. So, that's my take on personal branding.
That's good. Do you have any shout outs that you want to leave, you know what I'm saying, before we cut you out the air, or, you know, before you head back to NYC, to any of your homies in Atlanta?
I want to say RIP to my mother, Mary Jackson, and that's pretty much it, man. I'm just, for me, if you believe you can achieve, man, we're going to make this happen. K1, man, that's what we do.